You see, I was too yellow to do this by myself.
He couldn't handle how old the movie was, so he poured water on himself and sprouted me like gremlins do.
My friend Brandon, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, that is I.
What have I done? You see, this is the collaborative review no one wanted. Well, he wanted it.
Actually, nobody just expected this. It's not that they didn't want it, it's just they didn't expect it.
Well, they're getting it anyway.
Yay!
Little Caesar. Most people here on YouTube have no idea what Little Caesar is.
There's nothing to be ashamed of. It's pretty young. It's 1933?
1930.
No, just 1930. And it was a good movie. It was a good movie.
Oh yeah, yeah. This is pretty much the granddaddy of like gangster movies. Like without this movie, we wouldn't have movies like The Public Enemy or Scarface, the original Scarface, not the Al Pacino one. Without it, we wouldn't have like White Heat. All the classic gangster movies from the 30s and 40s wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for Little Caesar. This was the one that started it all, and it stars, as you can tell, Edward G. Robinson and Douglas Fairbanks Jr. Robinson plays, what's his name? Caesar and Enrico Bandello. A short little guy, you know, fiery little temper. He wants to, you know, make it big in the ranks of the crime bosses in Chicago. His friend Joe, all he wants to do is dance and sing.
Who doesn't want to dance and sing? Hi.
Well, obviously he loves to dance and sing.
I want my own musical.
It's never happening.
Brandon on Broadway.
Anyway, so basically Rico, as his nickname is, he rises up in the ranks of crime bosses in Chicago, but as he finds out, that comes with a price. You know, everyone's out to get him, that kind of thing. And not only does it spawn all the gangster movies that are popular from the 30s and 40s, it also spawns a lot of the gangster movie cliches. You know, the guys that go home to their mothers. The mothers always have to have like some sort of like handkerchief or something.
And they have to be Italian.
Italian, yeah. They have to have gray hair in the nightgowns.
It's got to be some sort of stereotype of some sort.
Yeah, all the gangster movie stereotypes start here, folks. This was the one that started everything. In fact, Edward G. Robinson is pretty much the stereotypical gangster.
Oh, he is. I would say. I'd say he started the stereotype.
Oh yeah, he did.
He imagine this is like the line of stereotype mafias, and here he comes in. He just starts it all.
But that doesn't mean it's a bad movie. It's a lot of people consider it a classic, and I can see how they would say that. It's definitely not boring. I mean, it's fun. It's interesting. I mean, it's not for everybody, that's for sure. I mean, you couldn't you know ask someone who just came back from watching the recent Melissa McCarthy movie Tammy, who was like, hey, want to watch Little Caesar? And they're like, what the hell is Little Caesar?
Hey, they could have been watching Transformers 4.
Don't get started on that. Okay. Anyway, let's go down with the beats. Obviously, I mean, what did you think of Edward G. Robinson's performance?
I'd say he did a phenomenal job.
One thing I noticed is that, yeah, he was running a crime syndicate, but he wasn't like one of those guys that drinks a lot or goes around with the ladies. He wasn't like that. As he pointed out loads of times, that he doesn't drink, he doesn't fool around with girls. He's always hard-nosed, straight-laced, you know, eyes on the prize, get the money, that kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, which is respectable.
Yeah, he's a respectable crime boss. He's not the guy, like I said, he's not the stereotypical crime boss that, you know, I mean, yeah, he smokes the big cigars, but he doesn't, like you said, he doesn't drink, he doesn't hang around with all the floozy women and all. He just, like I said, eyes on the prize, he just wants to get more powerful than all the other big crime bosses in the city, that kind of thing.
I love how this plot, it could have been anything. It didn't have to be a crime boss story.
Yeah.
It could have been anything in the world. It could have even, I could even go as far as say it could be a guy trying to be a lawyer.
Yeah, he just wanted to be successful.
He wanted to be successful.
Yeah, and one of the crucial things of the film is his relationship with his buddy Joe. That obviously would end up in catastrophe. And I really like that, especially with the ending. The ending is very poetic irony, if you ask me, especially with how Rico goes out. Spoiler alert.
The irony in this movie is just delicious. It's just so good.
You've been on the internet far too long, Brandon.
Not long enough. If you could change anything, what would you change?
Well, I mean, there were a few guys here and there in the movie that I could tell they were really hammy.
I myself would have changed how they pronounced a lot of words.
Oh yeah,
a banquet.
Again, it's
a product of the times.
So, what do you expect? If you gotta accept these things as you go along. So,
well, fair enough.
So, I guess in closing, I like Little Caesar. You like Little Caesar?
I like Little Caesar. He likes Little Caesar. Scissors.
Scissors. We all like Little Scissors.
We all like Little Scissors. I'm just disappointed this wasn't a continuation of the Greek tragedy.
If you didn't get that, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's our collaborative review of Little Caesar. What's the name of your YouTube channel that they can find? Mudkip 9113?
993.
993. Okay, so I guess look up on YouTube Mudkip 993.
Link might be in the description below.
And if you like what you saw here, then feel free to push the like button, add this video to your favorites, and heck, maybe subscribe if you want. And if you can find Brandon's channel, so subscribe to him.
Thank you.
Now, if you'll excuse me, we're going to go get some Little Caesar pizza. So, until next time, this is Marc Aquino saying, yeah.